Some of the research is aimed at animals on Iowa's endangered species list, the western hognose snake and the yellow mud turtle. It's the only place in Iowa you'll find them. The yellow mud turtle isn't actually yellow in this region. They're brown.
The most interesting thing to me so far is putting the transmitters on these turtles and really seeing where they go. We've got some temperature loggers out there to try to correlate the soil temp, the water temp, the air temp on what stimulates the turtles either to move from hibernation into the water, from the water back up to estivate, and then eventually back into the water for the summer, and then eventually back up into the sand to hibernate. What are the very important habitat types, or where this turtle's spending 50% of its time, 95% of its time, and how much area it requires to meet all of its ecological needs.
And so knowing their behavior, when they're under the ground, when they're up, can allow us to kind of change our management practices and hopefully protect them even better.
Back in the 1980s, researchers estimated 3,000 to 5,000 yellow mud turtles at Big Sand Mound. Now, there might only be 30.
It's important to continue to do this type of monitoring to see and make sure that that population persists here, because that's the only place we can find them.
And so the daily routine is to come out, walk the fences. We walk the whole length of the fence. There's probably 2 kilometers of fences out here right now. So we walk up them and look for any turtles in buckets. We tend to find a lot of box turtles, not even in the traps, but just in the areas. And so we snap a picture, it records GPS off of our devices. We hit a few buttons and it saves it, and later sends it to a database that we're using to monitor. So,
when the researchers find a new turtle, they notch a unique identifying pattern on the shell. The preserve has possibly the biggest and strongest population of ornate box turtles in the entire country.
The ornate box turtle and the yellow mud turtle will spend their winters in the hill, in the sand. They go down, they dig down deep, they get below the frost line. They're able to spend the winter down there, and so they don't freeze. And in the spring they come up and they both emerge out of the hill. They come down into the prairie areas, except the box turtles stop and the mud turtles keep going down to the water.
Western hognose snakes caught for the first time are injected with a tiny avid chip that can be scanned and used for record keeping. The buckets and traps along the fence lines sometimes catch other critters, like the 6-line race runner lizard, other snakes that call the preserve home, like the racer, and the plains pocket mouse, which is also an endangered species in Iowa.
We continuously find things here that we didn't know were here, or that are only found here, or only a large population is found here. It's really enjoyable to just discover things and to see things that you don't normally see.